Good afternoon, everyone. This is the session 4 from the playlist of assertion and reasoning. The chapter is electric charges and fields, and the question is written on this board here. So, in this question, the assertion is two spherical conductors have different radii, but same charge density and equal electric field intensity at a point outside the surface of the sphere. And the reasoning is the surface charge density is equal to total charge divided by the total surface area. Here are the four options. This is the option A. And this option is correct when the assertion and this reasoning are correct, and this R is the correct explanation for A. B is correct when sorry, this is B here. B is correct when both the assertion and reasoning are correct, but R is not the correct explanation for A. And this option C is correct when A is correct, that is assertion is correct and this reasoning is false. D is correct when A is false and R is correct, and E is when both A and R are false. So here we will try to first of all come to a conclusion whether this statement is correct or not. So for that purpose, I will be using the Gauss law in order to arrive at a conclusion that whether the spherical conductor which is having a different radii and same charge density have equal electric field at a point outside the surface or not. So in order to save the time, I have already drawn here one. This is one spherical conductor which is having a radius of r1, and this is a point P which is situated at a distance of small r1 from the center. Similarly, I have also constructed another Gaussian surface. This is the Gaussian surface which is denoted by this dotted line. So I have also constructed another Gaussian surface around the second spherical conductor of radius r2, and I have considered the distance of that point from the center of this spherical conductor to be r1. That is, I have taken the distance of this point from the center of both the conductors as r1. It can be different also. So in this case, I will try to find the value of this electric field intensity using the Gauss law. Now, as you all know that the Gauss law, as per the Gauss law, the total flux which is passing through a point is equal to the total charge enclosed by it. So, and that is given by the formula Q upon epsilon naught, where Q is the total charge enclosed by that Gaussian surface, and this the flux through a closed surface is also given by the formula Es cos theta, where E is the intensity of electric field at a point on the Gaussian surface, and S is the surface area of the Gaussian surface, and theta is the angle between the direction of the electric field and the normal to the Gaussian surface. So here I will be using this formula in order to find the value of E in both the cases. So here, since the surface charge density are equal, so here what I have taken is I have taken the charge Q1 which is spread uniformly over the surface of this conductor, and Q2 which is spread uniformly over the surface of the another conductor of radius r2. So in this case, the surface charge density will be equal to Q1 divided by 4 pi r1 square, and in the second case it will be equal to Q2 divided by 4 pi r2 square. So I will be now substituting the value of this charge, that is Q1 and Q2 in this equation, and so what I will be getting is, in the first case I will be getting that sigma 4 pi r1 square divided by epsilon naught, this will be equal to Es cos theta. Now here theta is equal to 0, so cos theta will be equal to 1. S is the surface area of the Gaussian surface, so this will be equal to how much? This will be equal to 4 pi r1 square. So I will be just writing it here, 4 pi r1 square, and this will be equal to the value of E at this point P, which is outside the this spherical conductor. So from here we can simply see that the value of E is equal to sigma R1 square divided by epsilon naught small r1 square. Similarly, for this spherical conductor, the value of E, let us say I'm just taking the value of E as E1. So in this case, in the second case, the intensity of the electric field will be equal to sigma R2 square divided by epsilon naught into R1 square. So these are the two values of the electric field intensity at a point P, which is situated at equal distance from the center of both the spherical conductors here. So in this case, we have used the Gauss law, that is the total charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface, which is also including the point at which we have to find the value of this electrical field. So that is also equal to Es cos theta, where E is the intensity of the electric field which we have to find, S is the surface of the Gaussian surface. And so using this formula, we have been able to find the value of E1 and E2. So from these two formulas, we can simply see that the value of E1 and E2 is dependent on the radius of these two spherical conductors. Okay? So even if the distance of these of this point from the center of the spherical conductor is the same, the value of this electrical field intensity will not be the same, because here R1 is not equal to R2. Here they have got different radius. So the assertion is wrong now. That is, the intensity of the electrical field at a point outside the surface will not be equal as per these two equations. And second point, let's come to the reasoning. Here the reasoning is the surface charge density is equal to total charge upon surface area. Now, reasoning, this is not the correct explanation for the assertion. This is only a simple formula in which they have written that the surface charge density is equal to total charge upon surface area. Okay? So, in order to find this conclusion, whether this electrical field intensity will be the same or not, we have used the Gauss law. So, the reasoning here is not correct. Reasoning is, this formula is correct. This formula is correct, but this reasoning is not the correct explanation for the assertion. So, our option will be that reasoning is correct, assertion is false. So, here both A and B are not correct. C is also not correct, because it is written A is correct and R is false. D. Now, here A is false. That this reasoning is false and R is correct. This reasoning is correct. So our option will be D. Now there can be a number of permutation and combination with regards to this assertion. That is, if this point is lying on the surface of this spherical conductor, then in that case R1 will be equal to this R1 in this case, and here R2 will be also equal to this this R1 will be equal to R1, and here in this case, in the second case, this R1 will be equal to R2. So in that case, if the point is lying on the surface, then in that case the value of the electric field intensity will be the same in both the cases, in both the spherical conductors. So in that case, if I am taking a point which is on the surface, then in that case the option will be that both this A and R both this A and R are correct, but R will not be the correct explanation for A, and this is when this point is lying on the surface. Okay? So, but since I have taken the point which is not lying on the surface, it is at a distance of R1 from the center of both the spheres, from the center of both the spherical conductors. Therefore, in this case, the correct option will be D. However, if this point is lying on the surface of the spherical conductor, then in that case the first option will be correct, because in that case the assertion and reasoning will be correct. And no, this A will not be correct. This correct option will be B. So that is both A and R are correct, but R is not the correct explanation for A. Okay? So that is only when the point is lying on the surface. If the point is lying on the surface, then in that case, the correct option will be B, that is both A and R are correct, and R is not the correct explanation for A. The reason is that R1 will be equal to this small r1 will be equal to capital R1, and small r2 will be equal to capital R2 in these two cases. So in that case, this if the point is lying on the surface of this spherical conductor, then the correct option will be B. And if the point is lying away from the surface, then the correct option will be D. So thank you very much for joining this session. In the next session again, I will be coming up with a different type of a question, and the chapter will be the same, that is electric charges and field. So till then, have a nice day. Bye.